levi-wand world. So this is the Dark Monk Full Fire Wand, which I had the honor of being a tester for. And I've burned it about 40 times and the wicking still looks great. So I'm pretty happy about that. It's a good quality product. It's really well balanced. And the word on the street is there's going to be a light and a heavy version. I had the light version, and I would say from my experience that the light is probably going to be better for long string and the heavy for short string. I primarily do short string, so I would have preferred a heavier one, but it was still a really great product. Its balance is really good. A couple of notes if you get this one. First of all, it eats through gloves. I've yet to find a good pair of gloves that it won't sort of destroy after a couple of burns. But that's sort of part of it. And maybe if someone finds one, we can have a resource for that. Fueling it is a bit difficult, especially if you're not used to a prop that's this big. One thing which my friend had, which we tried out, was a tray for wallpaper glue. And that worked really well and was the perfect size, and you could just dunk the whole thing. You can also take a bottle, and I found that you have to keep track of the bottom and the top, and then fuel along one side, flip it over, fuel along the other side, and then fuel the ends separately. It's really important to remember where the bottom and the top is because obviously they can't mark it in any way, and if you fuel it wrong, it'll start out kind of horizontal. So you got to be careful with that. I only used Coleman's white gas. So the burn time, I would say, was like 30 seconds of really intense, oh my gosh, fire. Then a sweet spot of about 45 seconds to a minute where I could do a little bit of contact stuff and it was still pretty cool, but a little less intimidating to do things closer to my body. And then, another, 15, 20 seconds of it kind of just barely burning, and then another almost minute of just the ends burning. So that's about what you'll get. Total time, I would say about 3 minutes with 1.5 to 2 minutes where the whole thing is on fire. Pretty good. I would say it's a really great wow prop if you are a performer. Like if you want to wow your audience, you should get one of these. It'll really blow them away. There were people across the river yelling at me when I was practicing. So that was kind of fun. And it's really great for that purpose. It's well done, well made, well balanced. I'm very happy with it. It's a great quality product and I highly recommend checking it out. You can get it at darkmonk.com. And yeah, I think that's about it. I also recommend it for someone with a little more experience with wandering, and also getting a leather jacket will make you feel a lot better and a lot safer right when you start out because it is a bit intimidating. If you get a leather jacket and it has a lining, you can just rip it out if it's nylon or something, and that'll just make you feel safer, and so then you can sort of get more comfortable with it. And if I find some good gloves, I'll leave them in the description. I would also want to mention that you are limited in what you can do with it, especially if you do a lot of contact. It's not designed for contact. You can do Teeter-Totters with it, which is really fun because you have this huge flaming thing. And if you do it a little bit, not in the initial, oh my gosh, fire everywhere moment, you can do it pretty comfortably. If you have a leather jacket, you can do some perches, but string split moves are a lot harder because there's a wire rather than a regular string. And I just felt a little bit like I couldn't have the freedom to do every kind of move I would do with a less fiery wand. But I still think it's a lot of fun to burn. And I think it'll give your audience a wow, definitely. So, have fun and happy wandering. Boop, 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 boop.